Coverage you can count on. This is WNEMTV5 News.
A former president pays a visit to the UAW.
I side with the auto workers of America and with those who want to make America great again.
This morning, we recap Donald Trump's trip to Michigan.
7 Republicans take the GOP debate stage. What they had to say about the current and former president.
Good morning, Lauren Piesco here at the brand new Chick-fil-A in Flint, and we will be bringing you live coverage from the restaurant in its grand opening all morning long.
It's time to wake up mid-Michigan. It's Thursday, September 28th.
Man, I wish I was one of those people in line right now.
Oh, my.
At Chick-fil-A down in Flint Township. Good morning, mid-Michigan. Happy Thursday. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Blake Keller.
And I'm Sierra Cersei. We're so happy to have you here with us on this Thursday. Hope you're feeling good this morning. So outside this morning, it is a bit damp and pretty cool. Matthew, is that sticking around today?
Not for the entire day, at least with the rainfall. Maybe if you are heading to the Chick-fil-A this morning. Still seeing some showers around Flint, but as we go throughout the morning, these showers will progressively wind down for us. And even really over about the course of the last hour to hour and a half, we've already seen the coverage of this rain winding down just a little bit more, but we still have a few isolated showers right along the shoreline of Lake Huron on M25. And again, some showers that are moving through our southern row of counties. Notice that these have actually been decreasing in coverage here on the pinpoint Doppler. There's a line from around Bay City over towards Elma. We have seen the rain struggling to mostly reach north of that line. A lot of it has been fizzling out right around the Tri-Cities and over towards Elma and Mount Pleasant. So our northern counties, you have also been far drier as we start off this morning. But if you're in our southern row of counties, at locations like Owasso, Flint, Fenton, even around Grand Blanc, and also even the Durand area, you might want to have that rain gear as you head out to the bus stops this morning. But the afternoon bus stops, other than an isolated rain shower, most of us are going to be dry and more of a partly cloudy sky this afternoon. So there is potential that we work in a few peaks of sunshine later on today. Those temperatures, though, only getting up to around 67 degrees. This will be the last day of 60s for this week once we head into tomorrow and the weekend warming up. We'll talk a few more details, though, about your weekend. That's coming up just a little bit later. But in your live on time traffic, sponsored by Mid-Michigan Toyota dealers, there still is a report of fallen power cables. This is just to the north of Lake Fenton in southern Genesee County. This is on Butcher Road between Gage Road and Crooked Lake Road. So you'll want to avoid that for the time being with that report, again, of those fallen power cables. Towards Lansing, though, no crashes that way. And if you're traveling towards Metro Detroit, 23 and 75 have been in great shape so far this morning. Blake, Sarah, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you. So we now know the identity of the driver accused of driving into 5 UAW picketers in Swartz Creek Tuesday.
The Metro Police Authority of Genesee County saying a non-union employee hit the strikers as they were leaving GM's Flint Processing Center. So investigators do say that the driver works there through a third-party company. One of the workers was taken to a hospital. GM did release a statement saying the following, the hit and run, telling us in part the driver and the 2 other employees of the third-party company, also in the vehicle at the time, are no longer allowed on any GM property.
Yesterday, Joe Biden came to Michigan to pose for photos at the picket line. But it's his policies that send Michigan auto workers to the unemployment line. I side with the auto workers of America and with those who want to make America great again, and I always will.
Former President Donald Trump in Michigan Wednesday telling UAW workers he is siding with them while taking shots at President Joe Biden, who joined striking workers on the picket line just a day before him. That appearance here in Michigan by former President Trump caused him to miss the second GOP presidential debate.
7 other Republican presidential candidates took to the stage at the Reagan Library in California last night. Jared Hill now has a look at the night's biggest moments.
At the second GOP primary debate, 7 presidential hopefuls took aim at President Biden on a range of key issues, like the auto workers strike, immigration, and the economy.
This strike is at Joe Biden's feet. Joe Biden should not be on the picket line. He should be on the southern border.
Bidenomics has failed. Wages are not keeping up with inflation.
Several times, candidates on stage clashed with each other. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and businessman Vivek Ramaswamy going toe-to-toe over TikTok.
Part of how we win elections is reaching the next generation of young Americans.
TikTok is one of the most dangerous social media apps that we could have. And what you've got, I honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say.
Multiple candidates also stepped up their attacks on former President Trump, who skipped the debate to campaign in Michigan.
Donald Trump is missing in action.
You're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Trump still holds a commanding lead in the polls for the first GOP contest in the state of Iowa.
With me as your president, our opponents will lose and our American workers will be the biggest winner of them all.
A spokesman for the former president says he plans to skip the next GOP debate as well. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The next GOP presidential primary debate is scheduled for November 8th. That'll take place in Miami.
One of 16 Michigan Republicans accused of taking part in a fake elector scheme is asking a judge to dismiss their charges. The Attorney General, Dana Nessel, thinks the group is brainwashed, thinking Trump truly won the 2020 election. All 16 people, including Grand Blanc school board member Amy Facinello, are facing 8 criminal charges, including forgery and conspiracy to commit election forgery. So investigators say they met following the 2020 election, signing a document falsely stating they were Michigan's duly elected and qualified electors.
Michigan State University announcing the firing of Mel Tucker. He's currently under investigation for sexual misconduct. Tucker was suspended without pay September 10th. The university says it specifically terminated Tucker for his, quote, admitted and undisputed behaviors, which have brought public disrespect, contempt, and ridicule upon the university. Since he was fired by cause, MSU will not have to pay the rest of his $80 million contract.
The Burton City Council voting on a resolution to make Mayor Dwayne Haskins cooperate with an investigation into sexual harassment and discrimination within the city's police department. This investigation, mostly against Police Chief Brian Ross, authorized in July after an earlier investigation determined there was no misconduct. The allegation against the chief came in a no-confidence letter sent to the council from the Burton Patrol Group regarding what it called questionable decisions over the training of new officers.
The problem is that, it's difficult to do your job when you don't have the proper support from the higher-ups, and even to a point where there's definitely wrongdoing that's happening on behalf of the police administration, the mayor's office, and people are being fired and they're being demoted inappropriately, that kind of stuff.
The Burton City Council is giving the mayor 2 weeks to work with special counsel on the investigation. If the city council decides the mayor's not cooperating, it could find him in violation of the city charter. We reached out to the mayor, but we have not heard back just yet. Make sure you stay with TV5 for any updates.
A celebrity chef and baker that grew up in Sanford will be on Food Network for the Hollywood Halloween Cookie Challenge. Nolan Schooley was on the news at 4 and tells us how excited he is to be on the show.
Halloween has always been my favorite holiday, so when I found out that I was going to be on a Halloween show, I just was like out of my mind.
Love it. So Schooley is also a student at Harvard Law School, so he's pretty busy. Oh, is that the Golden Girls? Did you see those cookies? I think it was. Oh, so cute. Okay, anywho, he thanks his hometown for all of the love and support. You can watch him on Food Network the night of October 2nd. This will be at 10. You can also stream it on Max and Discovery Plus.
In case you missed it, Real Men Wear Pink campaign is now live in time for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is a live look at the campaign page. I'm honored to be a TV5 ambassador again this year. We actually just got a $100 donation. So our goal total is $50,000, but my personal goal is $3,000. So if any way you can help, make sure you scan the QR code right there on your screen, easy access, or you could go to the hot link section to be taken to the campaign page. It is safe, it is tax deductible. Give as little or as much as you can. You should know that the money that you give will help local cancer patients and survivors with detection, prevention, education, and support.
As we begin on our Thursday morning, we do have some slightly cooler temperatures, at least compared to yesterday, only by a couple of degrees. So most of us starting off in the middle to upper 50s. We are expecting right around a 10-degree temperature increase from where we're starting right now for our afternoon high temperatures. Today will be the last day in the middle to upper 60s. By tomorrow, lower 70s, and that warm up continues through the weekend. We'll talk a few more details on that weekend, but also a quick check on the radar in a few minutes. Sarah Blake, that's coming up.
All right, Matthew, thank you. TV5 News Time is 6:08.
The UAW threatening more walkouts. What the union president saying about the progress of negotiations.
First Chick-fil-A is opening in mid-Michigan. We are so excited this morning. We'll let you know what you can expect if you plan on stopping by.
And if you are headed out, just be a little bit mindful of some wet roads out there. We got some wet bricks here in downtown Flint. We have much more news and weather updates coming up. Stick with us.